CD Projekt Red, the studio that was once the darling of the gaming world, riding high on the love for The Witcher 3, but oh, how the mighty have fallen, and then sort of picked themselves back up, brushed off the dirt and the dog shit, and said, hey, we're still here. Now, I've talked extensively before about their diversity hiring programs, you know, the ones where they seem to be more interested in ticking boxes than hiring the best people for the job. But let's be fair, not everything CDPR has done is a complete disaster. Case in point, Cyberpunk 2077. It's, let's say, infamous launch to its slow but steady redemption arc. The game is what I would call the ultimate comeback. So let's dive into some of the chaos, the fixes, and why you might just want to give this neon fever dream another try. Let's go back to December 2020. Cyberpunk 2077 launched, and the gaming world held its collective breath. What we got was, well, a well-imagined pixelated sports car that immediately explodes the moment you turn the key. Bugs were everywhere. The console versions were borderline unplayable. Think crashes, graphics that look akin to a PS1 era, and performance so bad that Sony did the unthinkable. They pulled the game from their store. Yeah, that's right. Sony said, we don't want your money if it means dealing with this mess. And refunds, well, they and everyone else handed out refunds like candy in Halloween. There was even a class action lawsuit because apparently lying to your investors about the state of your game isn't the best business strategy. At the time, Cyberpunk 27 wasn't just a bad launch, it was the bad launch. The kind people use to benchmark for disaster. Hey, we'll give CDPR this. They knew how to make headlines, even if it wasn't for the best of reasons. You know, let's not throw the baby out with the proverbial bathwater, because underneath the chaos was a game that had some serious potential. Night City, a dystopian playground where corporations run the show, technology controls everything, and the average citizen is just trying not to get crushed by the neon-soaked weight of it all. Grimy, dangerous, and strangely kind of beautiful. You play as V, a mercenary looking to make his or her way, or their way, and their mark in this sprawling metropolis. Whether you're sneaking through enemy territory, hacking into systems, or going full Rambo with a shotgun, the game gives you the freedom to play it your way. Want to be a cybernetic ninja with a katana? Go for it. Prefer to fry your enemy's brains with a quick hack or two? Be my guest. The customization options are, well, they're as wild as Night City itself, with the cyberware upgrades, attribute points, and perks that let you tailor V into the ultimate badass, or, you know, a walking disaster if that's your thing. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a CDPR game without some quirks, without something to complain about. And I'll admit, it's a nitpick and a personal one for me. But let's talk about the driving. The cars look good, sleek, futuristic, and ready to tear up the streets. But driving them, well, it's like trying to steer a shopping cart down an icy hill. They fishtail, they oversteer, and they make you question your life choices, as in why you ever got into one. Thankfully, though, the motorcycles don't seem to have this particular problem. So once I got my hands on one, it was bye-bye cars, hello freedom. And while the side missions are top-notch, some even more engaging than the main story, I couldn't help but wish for a few more distractions. Why can't I wander into a casino and gamble my eddies away? Or browse a fully interactive market? Sure, you can hire a companion for the evening, but it's not exactly the kind of sandbox fun that you would have in, say, GTA. And no, you cannot get your money back from your companion a la GTA style. And so it's not exactly the kind of sandbox fun that makes the world feel truly alive, but it's close. This is where CDPR deserves some credit. They didn't abandon Cyberpunk 2077. Instead, they rolled up their sleeves and got to work, releasing patch after patch to fix what was broken. Crashes reduced, bugs mostly squashed. They even overhauled NPC behavior, improved police AI, and added 4K support with ray tracing for next-gen consoles. Oh, and let's not forget DLCs and new features like customizable apartments. It's almost like the game they promised us back in 2019. Almost. And then there's the modding community. These legends of Night City took it to the next level. Want to overhaul the graphics? There's a mod for that. Think the clothing options are lacking? Mod it. Hate that the food and drinks are more or less just unneeded set pieces? There's a survival mod for that too. It's like the modder said, fine, we'll fix it ourselves. As per usual. So where does that leave us? Well, sure, CDPR stumbled hard with Cyberpunk 2077, but they didn't give up on the game. They owned their mistakes, even if it was through force, eventually, and turned a disaster into something that I think is worth playing. Because I was one of those many who swore I'd never touch the game again after it launched. But recently I gave it another shot, and you know, I'm glad I did. Night City feels alive now, and while it's not perfect, it's a damn sight better than it was. So this is just my take. What about you? Did you stick with Cyberpunk 2077 through its rough patches? Or are you waiting for yet another big update? And what's your favorite redemption arc in gaming history? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, of course. While you're down there, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any future content. Because let's be real, you don't want to miss out on this kind of snarky and sarcasm, right? Thank you for watching, and as always, have yourselves a great, wonderful, and prosperous day. Maybe I'll catch you in the neon glow. Bye-bye.